people killed as a Nigerian military aircraft crashes. Okocha arrested for unsealing seized property in Imo. Hello everyone and welcome to the program Talking Politics on your digital first Pan-African news network TUS Television. I'm Osaze Sesele, reaching you live from Abuja, Nigeria. It was a Black Sunday yesterday where 7 people were killed as a Nigerian military aircraft crashed near the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja. Air Force says King Air 350 crashed after reporting engine failure, killing everyone on board. Reports say that the jet activity was about the security situation following the abduction incident a few days ago. Our hearts and prayers are with the families, friends, and loved ones of the departed souls in that plane crash. Former Imo State Governor Rochas Okorocha was arrested by the operatives of the State Police Command on Sunday after unsealing Royal Spring Palm Estate reportedly linked to his wife, Nkechi Okorocha. He was said to have gone to the estate with his supporters, policemen, soldiers, and personnel of National Security and Civil Defense Corps and ordered the unsealing of the estate. Let's take a look at this video. The Police Public Relations Officer Orlando Ikeoku, who confirmed the arrest in a press statement, said the Commissioner of Police Nasiru Mohammed invited Okorocha for questioning following his alleged involvement and forceful entry into a property that was confiscated by the Imo State government a few days ago. Meanwhile, Okorocha has accused the Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma of ordering his arrest. We spoke to Barrister Pascal Onwuka-Ike, a legal practitioner in Owerri, Imo State, to give us more insight on the issue.
Yeah, yesterday it was an ugly incident. I was in my house when I received a call from one of my friends who was around that area, and the person told me that His Excellency, the former governor of Imo State, was being harassed and molested by some thugs. I tried to inquire what happened, and he told me that His Excellency, the former governor, came to the hotel, purported to have been sealed by the state government, led the Senator Hope Uzodinma led the state government, that they sealed the hotel based on the outcome of the white paper.
Okay.
That is a kind of quasi-judicial panel which was constituted by former Governor Emeka Ihedioha that stated that the hotel was built on a verge. That's why they said they have to seal it, that it was built on a verge. And before now, there have been a little scuffle between the security men and the people in that hotel, the people that work in the hotel, the staff, and the commissioner for lands.
Okay.
One barrister in Naonebu. And I've been seeing on social media videos from that area, explaining what has been going on there for the past 1 week. And when yesterday I now tried to inquire on what happened and what really was going on at that place, somebody sent me a video, and after watching the video, I concluded I saw where some policemen were even heading the talks. One of the governor's head was holding a knife, a machete, and so many things happened. I would advise the both parties to adhere to rule of law, and then adhere to also due process. Like, I'm just coming from court now. We went to do the matter for those they arraigned this morning. And also, I want to also ask the police, use this medium to ask the police to try and be neutral in this kind of matter. Police is highly biased. They are highly biased towards the side of the sitting governor. They are very, very biased, because even the people they arraigned this morning are not supposed to be the people they should have arraigned. They should have been otherwise. They should have arraigned the people who came with guns, matches, and all those things to attack the senator who was there without even a weapon, without a pin, and who was telling his security men not to retaliate. Yes. If you have the video, the full video, you will see the thing was glaring. It was glaring. So.
All right, thank you so much, Barrister Pascal, for being a part of this conversation. I look forward to having more conversation with you on the issues of politics and policies, as it affects not just Imo State, but Nigeria at large. Thank you so much for being a part of the program.
You're welcome, my brother. Thank you.
Do enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you. Welcome back. Now let's get into our conversation for the day. Today we'll be speaking with Barrister Abdullah Ibrahim Omoloye. He's a legal practitioner and avid follower of politics. We'll be looking at the party defections and, of course, the agenda for 2023. Barrister, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, all right. We've seen a lot of movements, party defections here and there in the last few months. Very recently, we saw that of David Umahi, we saw that of Benga Daniel, we saw that of the daughter of Senator David Mark, Honorable Blessing.
Yeah.
Now, what is your reaction towards this recent defection and movements?
Well, we are in 2021. We are getting close to the election season, and from history, we know that in Nigeria, politicians move when the permutations for elections begin. We saw that before the 2015 election, which was one of the major mass defections that affected or changed the course of our politics. But it's normal, it's expected, and we also know that there will be more defections. There are bound to be more defections. As from what we know is that the PDP or the opposition party might lose more members now, but after the primaries, it's normal that you also see people moving, people who have failed in the primaries of the ruling party will also move down to the opposition party to actualize their aspirations. So it's a normal thing in the Nigerian, though unfortunate, but it is something we see. Like the football followers usually say that the transfer season is on. You see politicians moving and trying to position themselves towards running for probably an office in 2023, which is just around the corner for politicians.
Okay, there's been reports here and there that the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, is being pushed to join the All Progressive Congress, APC, for a run in 2023. Do you see that likely to happen?
Well, the former president is an icon of PDP, and I don't see him moving to another party. However, in Nigeria, nothing is impossible. I won't pretend that it's impossible for him to move, because I know that some of these defections are as a result of invitations extended by people within a party who feel their interests are best protected by having someone from another party come to the party. So I believe there will be people trying to push him to defect, but as a former president under the PDP, I don't think is wise for him to just jump ship.
Okay, now looking at this politics of defection, is it really healthy for our political system to thrive in Nigeria?
Well, if we play politics of ideology in Nigeria, we might say, oh, it's unhealthy. But in Nigeria, we all know that it's politics of interest we play. The parties are all the same in terms of ideology. Like the common example is that in the pre-2015 period in Nigeria, you have the current ruling party, the APC, being the champions of restructuring, for instance. And then now, what do you see? The PDP is understandably against anything like that, because they are at the top. Now PDP is the party championing restructuring. So if ideology is not at play here, then if it's just interest, I believe defections don't really affect the health of the system, as long as we don't play politics of ideology. Although the ideal thing would have been that, okay, we know that this party is known for this and this is what they stand for.
Okay. Okay, now looking at the road to 2023, there's been this speculation that the opposition party, PDP, has a chance of bouncing back, and do you see that happening, that there's this chance for the people's that PDP has chances of coming back in 2023? Ahead of the 2023 agenda, what are your predictions? Do you see PDP bouncing back, or the ruling party still attaining its position?
Well, at the moment, I don't see the possibility of PDP as it's presently constituted bouncing back. If there are, towards the election, if you see alignments, the kind of realignments that happened in 2014 with about 6 or 5 governors defecting to the then opposition party, APC, and a lot of senators. In short, the PDP suddenly moved from the majority party in the House of Reps to the minority party before the election, probably. But from what we see now is that even in the areas that were PDP strongholds, or they are traditionally PDP strongholds, we see powerful people from those areas defecting to the APC. I'm talking about the Southeast, for instance, even probably the South, and because of the exigencies of some of these people, they have to move. And the PDP in itself is also battling with its internal problems. We know that there are forces that are even trying to push out the current national chairman of the PDP. So even the people within the PDP know, as it is now, know that it is a very tall order, and they will find it.
But the speculations, according to Nigerians, if you look at, if you get the feeler, it's that given the dissatisfaction of Nigerians in the APC, not necessarily in the political actors, but given the dissatisfaction of Nigerians in this administration, it may be a platform for Nigerians to express That same revolt that happened in 2011, that made Nigerians said, okay, we are tired of the 16 years of PDP. Let's try something new with the change mantra. Do you think that with that dissatisfaction of Nigerians in this current administration, is that enough to say that Nigerians would have to want to jump the ship at this time?
Well, that might, there is not in doubt that Nigerians are, there's a lot of disillusionment with the government. Yes, many people are angry, but whether that translates to political capital or gain for the PDP is another thing entirely. It does not necessarily mean that because people are angry with APC, they will go for PDP. And if we also remember that the APC then, as the opposition party, actually was not the opposition party that was in play all through. There had to be some mergers, and then all these parties suddenly disappeared and APC came up. So APC came up as a new thing, and probably that also worked in its favor. Probably if the people who were in who eventually now ran under the APC in 2015 had gone to probably the ACN or the CPC, people might say, oh, it's still the same CPC. Probably, so perhaps what we need for a change to happen might be that people of common interest, not ideology, this time around, common interest might come together, powerful people, and then form a new thing that we don't know of. Perhaps that will work, but the PDP as it is, I strongly don't see where we make gain out of the
whole situation.
Yes.
Okay, now finally, before I let you go, let's touch on the 2023 agenda. What do you think should be the focus of political actors right now?
Well, for a person who believes governance should be given priority over politics, personally, I would think governance should be should be on the top of their agenda. But that's not how politicians think. The politicians think from election to election. Immediately one election is finished, what they think of is another election. So you don't expect most of them to be concerned with governance. They are just concerned about the calculations they are making for the next elections. So it's expected that you see that they are concerned about politics, but as for us as citizens, it is also our duty to ensure that their focus are turned back to governance as against politics.
Thank you very much, Barrister Abdullah Ibrahim Omoloye, a legal practitioner and an avid follower of politics. I really do appreciate the thoughts you've shared with us on the program today. I look forward to having more conversations with you around politics.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being a part of the show. That's it on Talking Politics today. Do well to log on to our website, www.tostvnetwork.com. Follow us on our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TOSTV Network. Talking Politics will be right back tomorrow for another exciting edition. I'm Musa Zeh Isesele, and thanks so much for watching.